Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Diggersby. Diggersby is such a good Pokemon, guys. It is amazing. It is so strong. But the one double-edged sword with Diggersby is it is a nightmare to team build for, and that is because of its unique typing of normal and ground. Now with that normal typing, Diggersby is weak to fighters, of course, but with the ground typing, it's also weak to water, grass, and ice. And with Diggersby's moveset, it doesn't have the best time up against the very strong flyers in this meta, which is why it is an absolute nightmare to team build for. But if you can find the right team for it, my goodness, can it do some amazing things in the Great League? And I think we did. So also on this team, we've got Defense Form Deoxys on the safe swap. So we've got Diggersby on the lead. You're going to swap out on those losing and neutral leads into Defense Form Deoxys in hopes of drawing out a potential ghost type. That is why we've got Diggersby today, because there are so many strong, overpowered ghost types in the Great League that Diggersby just handles those ghost types like you wouldn't believe. So you want to draw it out with Defense Form Deoxys. You also want to draw out a potential dark type like Umbreon or Mandibuzz, because we've also got Bronzong on this team, guys. I didn't get enough of Bronzong in the last video. I had to give it another go with a different team comp just to see if it was a fluke the first time around. So we've also got Bronzong on this team in the back, running Confusion, Psyshock, and Payback. You could also run Bulldoze. Bulldoze is just an awful move. And Payback does tons of neutral damage to most things in this meta. So we're running Payback on Bronzong. I wanted to give it another go today on a different team with Diggersby this time. And just to see if the first time was a fluke or not. Like I said, I had a blast with this team. So yeah, you don't want to see a dark type with Bronzong. You definitely don't want to see a ghost type. So if you can clear those out of the way, Bronzong can roam free to really close the game strong. It has some very nice bulk to it as well. I had a blast with this team today, guys. Very solid team. Like I said, it's a nightmare team building around Diggersby, but I think we found a good one. So here we go. We are up against Lurentis, the newest addition to Pokemon Go from the Alola region. Very fun Pokemon. I am still working on getting a good one for the Great League. And it does run superpower, so we're going to shield that up, and we look and we CMP tied them to the superpower. So this takes a little bit of experience, but you want to make them pay. You don't want them superpowering and then getting out of there, taking one of your shields. So we're even on shields. They made an aggressive play into a Quillfish. I didn't notice that, had a slight distraction as they did that, so we wasted some energy on the Quillfish before we went into our Bronzong. And they're just going to go straight Aqua Tail, but we resist this fast move pressure, and these Aqua Tails are not doing a whole lot. And that says a lot because Quillfish hits like a truck. That is just a testament to Bronzong's underrated bulk. It has very nice bulk, and we are tanking these Aqua Tails for days. Not a problem. We're just going to farm it all the way down. We know that we're only going to get to one move if they bring that Lurentis back in, so we're going to go for the Payback. If you know that you're only going to get to one move, you go for the move that does more raw damage, and that does quite a bit to the Lurentis. That is amazing as they farm us down. Going to come back in with Diggersby because we don't want to take that super effective fast move pressure with those Fury Cutters from the Lurentis. Going to shield this up. It is a Leaf Blade bait. Honestly, both moves that Lurentis runs are bad news for Diggersby. But Diggersby, being the bulky boy that it is, does not care about super effective charge moves. We did grab the shield with that Fire Punch, and we are expecting this to be a superpower at full power, and Diggersby tanks that like a champ as we get to the Fire Punch. This is absolutely going to KO the Grass-type Lurentis, and we are going to see what they have left in the back. We say bye-bye, Lurentis, and they've got a Jellicent in the back. Oh, this is getting tricky, guys, but we are about to see the power of Diggersby. We do get to an Earthquake with Stab. before they could get a debuff off. And at this health rage, guys, we could easily get to another Earthquake because we are double resisting those hexes. So they're going to get rid of us with a Bubble Beam. We wanted them to dump some energy because we know that on our Deoxys, we're going to have to tank a super effective Shadow Ball. But Deoxys is an absolute tank and tanks that no problem. Still in the yellow. They are not getting to another Shadow Ball before we can get to the super effective Thunderbolt. And this is absolutely going to KO the Jellicent. And holy smokes, Deoxys closing the game strong in bonus battle number 1 of the video. You love to see it. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Deoxys closing the game strong against a strong ghost type. You love to see it. This is bonus battle number 2. We've got a few bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun before we get into the featured set of the video. And here we go, guys. This is the Dream Lead. We've got a Bastion. Diggersby absolutely dominates Bastion, but they make a play into a Sableye, and this is amazing as well, guys. This is why Diggersby is so good in the Great League, provided it has the right team that covers its weaknesses, because Diggersby absolutely dominates Sableye. This is amazing, guys. We know that we have an answer to Deoxys in both of our Pokemon in the back, or I'm sorry, an answer to their Bastion. So we're staying right here. Our 2 Pokemon in the back do not want any part of a Sableye, so we take out the Sableye. That is amazing, and they've got a Shadow Victory Bell. Classic line with Bastion, Sableye, and Victory Bell. We're going to stay here, pressure a shield with a super effective Fire Punch. And this is why we've got Bronzong, guys. Bronzong absolutely hard walls Shadow Victory Bell. Probably the best answer to Shadow Victory Bell in Bronzong. That is amazing. They go back into Bastion, and here we go. It is Defense Form Deoxys time in the Great League. You love to see it. And I don't know why we shielded that. I think just because we knew that Bronzong didn't need to shield anything from Victory Bell. So we're just going to shield and go for these neutral Thunderbolts against the Bastion, and we can actually just farm all the way down. It was lights out for them. That is amazing. How about this team shutting down an overpowered classic team with Bastion? You love to see it. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played. My goodness, Diggersby was amazing in these battles on this team. For those of you who are unaware or unfamiliar with Diggersby, it is about as bulky as a Pokemon can get, guys. It is so thick, and we are met with a Cresselia. So not the best lead because Cresselia does have access to super effective Grass Knot, but we want to chip at the very bulky Cresselia before we swap out. So we're going to tank that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Diggersby is so tanky. We're going to look to chip with a hard-hitting Earthquake with Stab before making a play into our Deoxys. And we're going to look to play this out. They're staying in, so very interesting. Something in the back may not want to see a Deoxys, so we can tank these Moonblast, no problem. Deoxys is an absolute tank, and of course you just go for the Thunderbolt on the opposing Psychic type Cresselia, and we saw how much that did, so we know that we can tank another Moonblast, no problem. We're going to look to farm this Cresselia down with resisted counters. We're going for this farm just as they get to the Grass Knot, which would have taken us out. Wow, that is amazing. Defense Form Deoxys is a beast, and they come in with an Azumarill, so that hard farm might just pay off for us. We can hit this Azumarill with super effective Thunderbolts, and we're thinking we can get to another one before they can farm us down with those bubbles. Gonna get to another Thunderbolt. They don't really need to shield this, but they do. That is amazing, guys. We have a 2-shield advantage now with Defense Form Deoxys. You love to see it. Gonna come in with Bronzong against this Azumarill, and they have a Farfetch'd, guys. This is not Galarian Farfetch'd. This is the original Kanto Farfetch'd. You love to see it. I love it. Wasn't sure what this could be. That was a bad shield because we shielded up a resisted Leaf Blade, but that's okay, guys. With Diggersby on your team, you don't really need shields. Diggersby is so thick, it can tank damage for days. Gonna come back in and go for a Fire Punch, and it doesn't KO! Holy smokes! Oh man, when that didn't KO, I was like, are you kidding me? They hang on with one slither of health, and we are forced to tank a super effective Leaf Blade for our troubles. But you're going to see how thick Diggersby is. We get to an Earthquake! Before this, Azumarill can farm us down with super effective bubbles. Holy smokes, Diggersby is amazing as they take us out. That was some good chip damage. We are still up a shield, but this Azumarill has loaded up on energy. They definitely have a potential Hydro Pump, but we're calling that, and they baited with a resisted Play Rough. So they're building up to another potential Hydro Pump. We're going to shield this one because a Hydro Pump would absolutely KO from this range, and we call it correctly again. Holy smokes, you love to see it. Making all the right calls, and that forces the concession from the opponent. You love to see it. That's going to be another good game. Well played. Starting things off with some super exciting bonus battles, and as we move into the featured set of the video, if you like what you're seeing, do give the video a like, as you would be providing a massive help to the channel. And we are met with an Abomasnow. I haven't seen one of these in a while. Gonna swap into our Defense Form Deoxys, and they're staying in a little bit. It looks like they want to chip some of our health away with a Weather Ball. That is okay. We're going to stay in here all day, and they swap into a Jellicent, so I'm not sure why they stayed in so long on a bad matchup like that, but that is okay. This Jellicent is running Bubble, so this is slightly better for us because we're not taking super effective fast move pressure from Hex, which is what you typically see on Jellicent, and they shielded up our Psycho Boost after tanking the super effective Thunderbolt. Psycho Boost wouldn't have KO'd, but it would have done quite a bit. And they take us out. So we're coming back in with Diggersby. Despite taking super effective damage from these bubbles, that is quite all right. Gonna call this, and it is a Bubble Beam. That is amazing. We were making all the right calls on the baits today. You love to see it. Gonna look to go for the Earthquake. Fire Punch would not KO, and we really don't want to have to be debuffed again. So just gonna take it out with an Earthquake, and we know that we can get off a Fire Punch because this Abomasnow is just one off from a super effective Weather Ball. As we catch that on the Bronzong, this is going to be resisted, of course, and I think that they got a little tilted seeing a Bronzong catch their resisted charge attack, and I think they force closed the app, guys. I get it. It can be frustrating, but I think we're going to see why they closed the app even more. They had a Toxicroak in the back. You'd love to see it, guys. We are just going to farm that down. They could have just top lefted. Didn't really have to make us go through all that, but I get it. It can be frustrating, but good game. Well played, nonetheless. Guys, I think we struck gold with the right team for Diggersby. If you have a Diggersby and you haven't had success with it due to the typing, you might want to give this team a try because it was working for sure, and we are met with a Shadow Nidoqueen. This is an amazing lead for us because with our ground typing, we resist this fast move pressure, and they're often forced to go straight Earth Power because we resist those Poison Fangs as well. We know that we can tank an Earth Power, and it is the Earth Power, but we did CMP tie them, and they are going to have to either let their Nidoqueen go down or expend a shield because that would absolutely one-shot, and they go into an Azumarill. So we make a play into Defense Form Deoxys. At the time, it made tons of sense for us because we do win against Azumarill because we have access to the super effective Thunderbolt. But I'm learning that if they safe swap in Azumarill, it's generally best to come in with Bronzong, as Nidoqueen typically comes paired with a Scrafty in the back. So, and of course, Defense Form Deoxys does a little bit better against Scrafty than Bronzong does, but we came in with DD for the Azumarill, and gonna look to get rid of it with a Thunderbolt before over farming by a little bit. We want to have some residual energy to threaten the potential Nidoqueen that will likely come back in. And we're going to see what they have left. If they want to come in with the Nidoqueen, we have loaded energy, but they come in with Sableye. Oh my goodness. So we're going to go for this Thunderbolt. And it does appear to be an XL Sableye. It can definitely tank a Thunderbolt, no problem. And we're going to look to come back in with our Diggersby, of course. We are a little low, but that is quite all right. Going to tank the foul play because we know that we need a shield because we know that they still have a Nidoqueen in the back. Going to bait with a Fire Punch. Knowing that Nidoqueen might not want to see our Diggersby, but they tanked the Fire Punch. We could have gone Earthquake and gotten rid of that problem in Sableye. Oh my goodness, that was mistake number one in this battle. And they come back in with that Nidoqueen. Going to absolutely shield this up. Earth Power would one-shot. And going to look to farm the Nidoqueen all the way down. Now, mistake number two. Notice the health on the Sableye. We're trying to build to back-to-back Psyshocks. We did not need to do that because we had loaded energy on our Diggersby. We could have just gone for the resisted Psyshock. That would have pressured the shield, and we would have been able to get off this Fire Punch, and we would have totally won this battle. But we just had so many opportunities to win this one. Our opponent was giving us all of the chances to win, and we just threw this game completely, guys. Misplayed all across the board. Good game to them. We deserve to lose that one. So there you have it, my friends. That is how you throw a winnable game in Pokemon Go Battle League. But not a big deal. It happens to the best of us. We press on. And here we go. Ariados lead. This is actually a good lead for us. We do have access to Fire Punch. Their lunges do hit for neutral, but we can tank those all day. Not a problem on our Diggersby. If we swap out, we can't do that. That is extremely risky. So we're going to stay in here and play this out. We can just go for these Fire Punches. They obviously hit for super effective, and we draw a shield, and they make an aggressive play into a Hypno. Another one that I haven't seen in quite some time. So we're going to go into Defense Form Deoxys, as we don't want Deoxys on that Ariados. So we're going to come in with this and look to play this out. They baited us with a Thunder Punch. They did build up to a potential super effective Shadow Ball, but we called that correctly. Going to go for the Thunderbolt, and Hypno is absolutely a bulky boy and tanks that Thunderbolt like a champ. This could be the Shadow Ball as well, but we're gonna tank it as well. It does not KO because Defense Form Deoxys is about as bulky as a Pokemon can get. Gonna get to another Thunderbolt, and it does not KO. Holy smokes, Hypno! Too bulky for our Defense Form Deoxys. That is insane. Gotta just farm it down with our Diggersby. And hoping that they come back in with that Ariados. We are ahead on energy, but they come in with a Unova Stunfisk. That is amazing, guys. If you're going to see a Stunfisk, you absolutely want it on your Diggersby. They shielded up our super effective Earthquake. That would be super effective with that electric typing, of course. Going to shield up the Mud Bomb because we want to take out that Stunfisk with our Diggersby. They aggressively swap back into Ariados, not knowing that we had a very strong answer to it in our Bronzong. These lunges hit us for neutral because with our Steel typing, it negates the super effective lunge. And going to tank this again, because we want to save a shield for that Stunfisk. We know that all we need to do is get to an Earthquake to KO that Stunfisk. We just want to chip at the health, get it within Earthquake range with our Bronzong. We know that we've been debuffed a couple of times, but if you know that you can get to 2 Psyshocks on Bronzong, that is the way to go. Two Psyshocks with stab do more raw damage than one payback that doesn't have stab. And our switch timer was up. They were trying to farm us down, and we take out the Stunfisk with a super effective Earthquake. You love to see it. Combo playing. Redemption from the last battle. You love to see it. Good game. Well played to our opponent. Guys, I am telling you, this team comp for Diggersby was so pleasant. I've been trying so hard ever since Diggersby became relevant to find the right team for it. And my goodness, this team was amazing. And we met with a Galarian Stunfisk. This is amazing. This is the dream lead right here, guys. We absolutely shut down Galarian Stunfisk. They can hit us with Earthquake, but Diggersby can tank damage for days, and it does not do a whole lot. And apparently Diggersby loses CMP tie to Stunfisk, which is insane, guys. They tank that and make a play into a Ferrothorn. We do have access to Fire Punch, which is double super effective to Ferrothorn, and they tank it. Holy smokes. What do they have in the back? We know that they have 2 steel types on this team, so we're going to come in with Defense Form Deoxys and tank that power up. We can tank that and look to farm the Ferrothorn all the way down. Our charge attacks are resisted, so the play here at this health range is the farm all the way down. And they are making some odd plays here, guys. So we shield that. We don't know what else they have in the back. Well, I was thinking it was triple steel because they led with Stunfisk and they had a Ferrothorn in the back, but it's a Beedrill. Very interesting. Gonna go for the Thunderbolt. We don't quite want to debuff ourselves just yet, and we do grab the shield there. So gonna look to build up to back-to-back Psycho Boost. But we wanted to throw before the back-to-back to stop them from catching, but they caught it anyways. Holy smokes. Hats off to this battler. I don't know how they thought to do that, but I'm going to tank whatever this is. It's a Fell Stinger. So very interesting. If you're unaware with Fell Stinger, it's sort of like Power-Up Punch. It does low damage but boosts your attack. And they do tank the debuffed Psycho Boost, so we come in with Bronzong to finish it off. And they saw the writing on the wall. It was lights out for them yet again. That's going to be a good game. Well played to this battler. Guys, I must venture to say that this may just be the best team for Diggersby in the Great League. I've yet to find a better one thus far with Diggersby. This one was just working for sure. And we are met with a Metachamp. So we go into Defense Form Deoxys, and they meet us with a Whiscash. Very interesting. So we're going to just go straight Psycho Boost. We're not going to mess around with baiting with double resisted Thunderbolts. We know we get debuffed, but we get to these very fast, and they really start to add up. So we're going to go for this first one. They tanked the first one at full power. That is amazing. They were probably expecting us to bait, but we don't bait against ground types with Deoxys. We just go straight Psycho Boost. We're just going to rip off these Psycho Boosts just as fast as we get to them because Whiscash is about as spammy as a Pokemon can get. And we want to get off as much damage on it as we can. We don't want them over farming, trying to build up to a Blizzard, which could threaten our Diggersby. We're just going full bore on these Psycho Boosts. We are now debuffed to the max, and they see how much damage they're taking, so they get rid of us. That is amazing. That worked out very well. They did not get too much extra farm. But I have been deceived in the past with the counts, not going to lie. Kind of lost track of the counts. So we shield up a Mud Bomb and farm down the Whiscash. So we now have loaded energy. They come back in with the Metachamp, of course. Got to swap immediately into our Bronzong to catch whatever this is. And it is the Power-Up Punch. That is quite all right. Bronzong actually does very well up against Metachamp. And they make a play into Skarmory. Very interesting because we are both resisting our fast move pressure, but this is yet another case to be made for running Payback because that does quite a bit of neutral damage to the steel type Skarmory. And we are going to tank everything here. Everything is resisted from Skarmory, of course. Bronzong is a very solid answer to Skarmory. We are getting pretty low, so we're going to look to get rid of it with a resisted Psyshock. It does have stab, and they are just about in range, and we say bye-bye, Skarmory. So now our play here is to get off as much damage on this Metachamp as we can, and they know that, so they're going to look to boost their damage with a Power Punch. We tank that, go immediately into our Diggersby, who had loaded energy. We are still relatively healthy, guys. The pressure is on for Diggersby to rise to the occasion here against a seemingly impossible matchup against Metachamp, probably one of the best answers to Diggersby. They look to get off a boosted Ice Punch, so they're running Ice Punch and Power Punch. Very interesting. Gonna look to get off this Earthquake, and oh, that does quite a bit. Can we close the game with Diggersby up against Metachamp? The question is, will this KO, guys? Diggersby, tanky as can be, tanks that boosted power-up punch, we get to this fire punch, which is more than enough to send the Medicham packing. And Diggersby, guys, closes the show in what seemed to be an impossible matchup. That is why Diggersby is amazing, guys. It is often slept on. You should not sleep on Diggersby because, my goodness, it is a powerful Pokemon. And that is the team, guys. Good game to our opponent. That was an amazing battle to end off the featured set of the video. Got a nice 4-1 set with this Diggersby team in the Great League. Could have absolutely been a 5-0, guys. If we didn't throw that game that we lost, we could have won that one for sure. That was a very winnable game. But that is quite all right. You can never, ever complain with a 4-1 set in Pokemon Go Battle League. And that is the team, guys. Holy smokes. Diggersby, how about it, huh, guys? I'm telling you, if you've been struggling to team build for Diggersby, it is quite all right because Diggersby is very difficult to team build for. This is why I pride myself on this particular Diggersby team. It performed beautifully. I went positive in all of the sets that I did with this team, but this happened to be the best set to really showcase Diggersby's abilities in the Great League. And it did not disappoint, guys. Again, for those of you who are new to Pokemon Go Battle League, Diggersby is amazing, guys. It is so bulky. It is unreal, the bulk on Diggersby. And I had a blast with it on this team. So the idea with this team is to pick up those ghost leads, which are ever so popular in the Great League. A lot of people love leading with Sableye these days. Of course, you're going to see those Trevenant leads. And Diggersby just has a field day with those ghost types. That's why we run it on the lead. But Diggersby is weak to the overpowered fighting types in this meta. So we've got 2 psychic types in the back. All of the moving parts on this ABB team with Diggersby complement each other beautifully, which is why I'm so proud of how it performed and how it came out. So Diggersby resisting ghost type damage, Bronzong as the cover, wants nothing to do with the ghost types. And then you've got another strong, solid psychic type in Deoxys on the safe swap, which can perform very well in that position as well. So very strong team, very proud of this Diggersby team because I'm going to say it one last time, it is an absolute team building nightmare. But we pulled it off with this team in the Great League, and I had a blast. Guys, if you enjoyed what you saw today, don't forget to give the video a like and really let YouTube know that you like the content. That is the best way to really help the channel grow. And I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.